Jacquard cards with their punched holes ought to be able to carry information. You know, if a man was married, you'd punch a hole, and if he wasn't, you wouldn't. The young engineer, Herman Hollerith, worked on the idea and came up with this. It's called a tabulator, and it works on cards like these, the size of a dollar bill of the period. Now, Hollerith chose that size because they already had holders for dollar bills, and what that meant was he wouldn't have to design and build one himself. No fool. So, you put the card in here. Now, let's say we're talking about a white male, aged 35, who is single, lives in Maine, and came originally from Russia. Right, you punch white, male, 35, single, the code for the state, Maine, and finally, Russia. Now you take the card out, see the little holes, and put it into this press. Now, when you push this press down, these little needles here with springs on them either go through a hole or they don't. Remember Jacquard? And if they do go through a hole, they make electrical contact down there. And that triggers these counters up here, one click forward. Now, depending on what you want to count, you program the counters. Say you just want a general population figure, then all these are the states and territories, of which that is Maine, and that one in the corner is the grand total. So our man in Maine would add 1 to Maine and 1 to the grand total, like this. And the bell told you you'd done it. Now, the census involved much more detailed analysis than that. So Hollerith also designed a sorter, this cabinet with lots of boxes in it, connected to the tabulator. Now, let's say you want to take a particular look at all 35-year-old men. What you do is program the tabulator so that when one of them comes under the press, it causes a particular box to flip open, like this. And you pop the card into the box, and at the end of the day, you took out all the 35-year-olds and ran them back under the press to see where they all lived and to see how many of them there were. And you could do that with any bit of information on a card or any mixture of bits of information on a card. Well, the 1880 census had taken over 7 years to complete. With the new tabulator, the 1890 census was finished in half that time, and they checked the total twice. 62,947,714.
From 20 years of the previous